Trying to buy off of this support down here. Might have got in just a little high there, but we'll see. It's not like me to take a trade first thing right when the pre-market opens, but I want to see if we bounce here off of 390. It's a pretty wild bounce, or a pretty wild move down. Pretty wild bounce. It's not a bounce yet. I'm going to give it a minute here, see if it actually goes. We got a low of 373, and I'm in with an average of 394, a little higher than what I'd like. I started scaling into it as we broke down below $4. I think my first order was just above 4. Want to give it a chance to bounce off of this descending line. This one doesn't have any news on it, but it is was making some pretty good moves earlier on some lighter volume, but of course the pre-market wasn't really open for most brokers yet at that point. See if we bounce off 363 here. Oh, that 5-minute candle is going to close. My Max Loss computer restarted itself. That's just really great timing there. So I don't know what happened. So we did bounce off 363. I was waiting to see if we would. And the reason I said 363 is because on the NASDAQ full book, there's a bunch of orders down there. So 5-minute downtrend, 1-minute downtrend. And we broke support on the 15-minute. But I'm playing, we have this descending line here, although the 5-minute candle closed below it, which is not ideal. My average is 386, right around here. A lot of sellers at 390, 395, $4. We got a lot of resistance overhead. A lot of sellers up there at 90. I'm going to go ahead and sell part of that. Probably should have sold all of it, considering how much resistance is up there. Anticipating a bear flag on this. Okay. Yeah, nice move. So I started out strong. Oops. Well, it did let me get in. The low of that candle is 144. This one's a little thickly traded. 12,000 shares on the bid, 13,000 on the ask. And it looks like maybe it's going to come down more. Okay, so getting out is a problem. And DSY making a move back up. 8,000 shares on the bid on HOVR. Back below the VWAP right now. I want to see if this one here is going to bounce. A lot of sellers there in the ask. Being careful, this could be a bear flag on the 1 minute. Ooh, that's going to be loud. Okay, this is my review of DSY so far this morning. I took some trades on it right at the pre-market open as it started coming down. I tried to get in it looking at this support level of 390 and also this descending line. This was on the 5 minute right here. Right here coming down. And I was in this too big, adding, way too aggressive. My max loss on the day is negative $20, and I was down negative 70 at one point. That's unacceptable. Not the way I wanted to start my Monday. However, I did hold it. It started to break down below this support level right here, but I held it because I looked at the NASDAQ full book, and somebody had a great big order at 363. Which was about 27 cents below this. But what I did look at here was back on the 1 minute time frame. That was our breakout spot back here. I didn't know that at the time. I just knew I saw that big order. So I thought, well, maybe there's a chance. And, you know, if 363 had broken, I would have gotten out for a really big loss and probably not been able to trade today. I let it bounce, being aware that this could be a bear flag right here. So as we broke out over that last 5 minute candle, which was right up in here, that's where I started selling and got out for about $1.47 in profit, basically a break-even trade. And then I didn't trade it again. And I also traded HOVR over here. Just as I started the live stream, we were pulling back here on the 5 minute, looking for a 5 minute equilibrium. We were bouncing off the EMA. Even though we're trading below the VWAP, I went ahead and took a shot at it because we broke this support. I thought maybe that's a good entry. Got back out because I wasn't sure about that, and then got back in it again here, but I was a little concerned about a bear flag there, and the fact that we're trading below VWAP and below these EMAs. So I went ahead and got back out of that so this was a small loss. This was a small win. I am red on it, but not by much. That's my trade review so far. We've got a high of pre-market of 198, and we've got 175 for resistance up there. 5 minute equilibrium. Need to get above that line. Right now. Okay. We had a 15-minute downtrend and broke out over that last high, consolidated. So now we're looking for that next move up. This is almost a higher low here. She's pulling back there. Back to that resistance. Resistance at 155. Trying to see if she'll hold here off of the EMA. Got to get up over 158. Going to have a new 5-minute candle. And we got a 4,000 share seller at 58. $116,000 share seller. That's pretty big. I'll lighten my load just a little bit there. $147 is a pretty good support level. That's just about where we came down to. And I say that because on the NASDAQ book, let me see. On the BATS Edge book, 147, we got a 100,000 share buyer. Down at 147. Got a 116,000 share seller up at 58. See if the bulls can put on the pressure here. See if we get above 158. I don't know. Look at that. 300,000 shares at 158. If we break through that, that's pretty bullish. I see the shares going away. It went from 300,000 to 175,000, but there's the pullback to that support level. We're just bang-a-ranging back and forth here between these two levels. There's 147. Let's see if we hold that. 146 now. Hotkey's not working. Can we get a bounce off that ascending line? I mean, I'm in this with a little too large. I'm gonna exit part of that just in case we break down here. I don't want to take a huge loss. What is going on with my max loss system? Oh my gosh. I'm down $4, but it says I'm up 4. Oh. That's pretty disheartening, I gotta tell you. I put a lot of work into this system, and it just like continues to just like frustrate me because it doesn't want to work correct a lot of times. I know what's going on with it. They changed something on their. I pull the data off of the Thinkorswim web. And they changed something on it, and it changed the position, and I use XY coordinates to pull the data off. And oh my god. Well, I think my computer's going to shut me down here. Boy. All right, so this is another review for today. I ended up pulling up HOVR as it was, where did I actually pull that up at? So it was pulling back right here. I traded it earlier, already went over that review. And then it found support down here, made a move up to this high. So we had this 5-minute equilibrium right here, looking for basically a 15-minute higher low after having a 15-minute downtrend. So can't see the 15-minute here. I apologize for that. So anyways, I drew this line across here, this line up here, and I got in it for my first time right here as it looked like it could possibly break over 158. Bought it again down here, and I was also looking at the NASDAQ book. But there wasn't a whole lot of support here, but I bought it anyways. It was down here at this resistance level right here, support level is what I was looking at. Starts to make a move back up. I'm like, here we go, 1 minute higher low, looking for that higher high. Comes up, taps that line, fails, and I get back out of it for, I think it was a small loss. Inside bar, we start to break out again, so I jump back in it. We reject really hard. I don't sell it right there because I'm looking for the break. We don't get it. There's like 300,000 share seller up here at 158. Should have probably got out when I saw that. I also saw a, what was it, a 200,000 share seller, I think, down here at, I think it was 47. Yeah, it was 47. So I bought as it flushed down right here. It flushed down pretty hard. And then it dropped below that level a little bit, but we had this ascending line. So I added to it, sold some of it here to lighten the load because I wasn't sure if that was going to hold. We were right here on the 5-minute. And then we started making a move back up. My max loss computer crashed on me. Like, that's the third time this morning. And so as soon as that happened, I knew that my trading screens were going to get covered up. There was only like 10 seconds because if that computer loses connection, I've got 10 seconds to close out my trades. So unfortunately, I had to sell it here. I really wanted to hold it, and it would have been a really great trade. Would have put me back to green on the day. As it is, I'm down $3.33. And don't think I'll trade again today because I've got to figure out why my computer keeps crashing. That I've had other technical difficulties this morning as well. So I've traded 3 stocks this morning. As it stands right now, if I don't trade again today, I'm going to be down -$3, so -333. And as you know, I was in phase 2 back on June 4th for 1 day, and then had that $35 discrepancy with the platform. and ended up having to drop back into phase one. Had a pretty good sizable loss on June 5th, and that put me even further down. But then June 6th, I made back what I lost on June 5th. And so now here I am this morning starting. I'm $6 away from getting back to phase two. Now I'm $9 away, which, you know, is not so bad. My daily goal is 20, so I can certainly make that back. And I don't know what my low was on the day, honestly, so I'm just going to put negative 333. I do know my high of day was 142. So it's a very small, little tiny candle. And unfortunately, I'm not going to probably get to trade again today. Oh, then I see stuff hitting the scanner. So that's it for my trade review. Going to see if 136 will hold here. Got a lot of buyers coming into this. Yeah, I don't know. They're going away though. Back out. Okay, I just wanted to see. All right, so this is my final trade review of the day. I traded KWE. It's been a rather rough morning, and I need to load my trades here on this. Actually, I hadn't done that yet. KWE. Okay, so now this is going to show all the trades that I've taken today. And just so we can get a good idea, I'm going to go full screen on this so we can really see it. Started trading this one back in here as it was moving up. I kept taking losses on everything I was trading this morning. This one actually proved successful. I took a starter position here on this pullback on the 1 minute. I saw the buying come in as we broke over 73. I added. You can see all the adds there. Then I held it up into here as we broke over 80 cents. There, 80 cents. That was where there was a bunch of sellers. When we broke through that, I sold it all, and then I made pretty good money on that. That got me back pretty much everything I'd lost. I was sitting up at I was just over the zero mark. I was right close to green. I mean, I was a little bit green, like $1 or something like that. Previous to that, I was sitting at negative, I think $13. I think it was negative 13. So then I actively traded it in here, just in and out a bunch of times, just trying to catch. Let me see. We had this. Oh yeah, I bought the pullback here. Here, added here, sold up there. That was another beautiful trade. That was nice. And I wanted to see us get up to $1. We had a daily level. I'm going to put that in here. Okay, so we had this daily level up at 94. So I wanted to see us get up to that. So that's what I was trading in here for. And I just couldn't quite make it work. Ended up getting in off the 77 level. And on the 5-minute time frame, that was right down here. So it ended up being 5-minute consolidation. Bulls bought the dip, didn't let it go any further than that. And that was nice. However, I didn't hold it. I sold it pretty much right away right here. I must have been in it twice here, sold half there, sold the other half here. And then as we came back over the top of 77, a little pullback here, I bought that. I sold up here at that line. I don't know if I had that line there at the time, but that's where I sold, top ticked it. Getting close to the open, but I was thinking, man, this thing might just go because it has this look of a bull flag. Look at that, beautiful. And I thought, man, this thing's a good scenario for a gap and go setup. And so I don't normally do this, but I got into it right here just before the open. I had some limit orders in down here in case it were to flush down at the open and then pop back up. It didn't do that. It was holding. And so I went ahead and just started punching the buy button as it pulled back here. Added on the way up, sold it all up here. That was the one where it got me up to 31 bucks on the trade. Tried a few more times in here. I got a case of the frogs this morning, excuse me. Yeah, I tried it a few more times in here. Trying to buy the pullback. I got rid of this daily level. Trying to buy the pullback in here. Made a little bit. Was giving and taking. And finally had a good trade right here. And as it popped up, I sold it, and that got me to $20 even on the day. And now look at this, we're halted going down. So glad I stopped trading this. This is a classic equilibrium pattern with a high, low, lower, high, higher, low, and you want to see the breakout there. But my God, that's gnarly there. It's a pretty bad rejection. I would hate to have gotten stuck in that one. So I'm glad I stopped. Let's take a look over here at my candles for my profit. So I've already got, oh, I thought I already entered this in here. What's going on here? $20 is my high, exactly. I was down negative 13 at least. I'm going to put that in there. And high of day again, $20. So I'm finishing at my high. So that gives me a candle with a lower wick. So I've had a pullback here on my chart, and now I'm looking to break out over my all-time highs. But tomorrow I'll be at phase 2. So I'm just over the line. I'm supposed to get to $27,000. I am at $27,014. So that means I get to move to phase 2, where my daily goal will double. Now, I already made it to phase 2 back here, but I had some problems where I took losses and had to drop back into phase 1. So thankfully, I'll get another shot at it tomorrow here. And so my daily goal becomes 50. My risk per trade is 25. And so far, so good. All green candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row on this challenge. And had a green month last month, and starting with a green month this month. So not too bad. That is my trade review. This is the end of my day.